Hello everyone, LunaISM here, back for episode 2 of the Kingmaker walkthrough. Today we will be traveling west along the Shrike River and the South Rossland Road to reach Oleg's fort. Let's get started. So every once in a while you're traveling, you will encounter random encounters. They could be bandits, wild animals, monsters. You have to be prepared for anything. I believe this is wolves, or thylacines. Wolves might be a little too tough for this party at the moment.
Yes. Adventures call to them.
We do have our spells back.
Grotus awaits us.
I wrote it like I saw it.
I don't think Inspire Courage is going to be necessary here, but we have 13 rounds, so may as well use it.
Time's not waiting.
Patience. Repent.
One shouldn't brag about a big
Enemy
sword if they
approaching.
can't carry one.
Your life ebbs low. What a waste.
Whoops. I need her rage rounds on the bar. I believe Amiri has the best lore nature check. And if you have a good check, you can actually skin animals you find to collect their pelts, which I believe you can then sell for money. Moving on. So the way that rage works, if you're not aware, rage is measured in rounds. You start the game with 4 plus your Constitution modifier, and every level you get another 2. When you're raging, you get a bonus to Strength and Constitution, a penalty to your AC, and a bonus on will saves. So you're a little bit weaker defensively, you'll get hit more often, but due to the Constitution bonus, you can actually take another hit or so, and the damage bonus is well worth it. You don't get a whole lot though, so use them when you need them. Additionally, when you end your rage, you're fatigued for twice as long as you raged, though I believe in this game they make it a flat 1 minute long fatigue, which makes it a bit more of a trade-off. There's not as much opportunity to do what we call rage cycling, which is when you start your rage, do whatever you need to, end your rage, and then start it back up again. That'll, for one, replenish your health that you lose from the Constitution bonus that it grants. And if you have any ability which increases, or not increases, some barbarian rage powers can only be used once a rage, and if you can cycle that, start and stop and then start again, you could then spam those however you needed. Goodbye, Bakken. He's just an acolyte, or adept, I think. Yeah, I'm not interested in fighting, but I won't let them commit crimes and rob this guy. Yeah, that's perfectly fine with me. They can do what they want, but I'm gonna take them down.
Tear them apart!
Gonna cast a Bless spell.
This should do it.
I want her to ear-piercing scream that one. So, ear-piercing scream is a spell that deals damage and potentially dazes the target for a turn, which basically means they don't get to do anything. In fights like that where you're overwhelmed, it's important to use any control spells you have, like ear-piercing scream is technically damage, but it can be single target control. So, their issue is that bandits have been attacking and demanding taxes, but they don't want to, so instead the bandits just take whatever they want. They'll be back by morning. They even broke the gang, so... or the gate, so we can't stop them from coming in. Look, the chaotic neutral one is closer to my alignment, but I prioritize good over chaos for this character. So I want to sell off the stuff that I don't need. I think I'm going to keep the chainmail for later. I might find some use for it. Don't sell your ever-burning torches. I promise you, you will need them later. Don't know what this offer button does, but I am selling all that stuff. Now I have 887 gold, which is way better than what I had. I'm gonna go ahead and give this character Tartuccio's Present, which is a +1 Ring of Protection. It's normally a 5,000 gold item, I think. So, pretty valuable. It might be a little more expensive, I don't remember. Now, the Bracers of Armor, I'm gonna need those in a second, because right now, I am leveling up my characters. So first off, I need this character to go into Eldritch Knight later. I've got the weapons proficiency, now I just need the casting abilities. Don't know why the kineticist isn't showing up. I thought I had that, but I'm gonna go for wizard. I wasn't gonna choose kineticist because they're not technically spellcasters, but need to pick up my wizard levels starting ASAP. As for what school you choose, for a buff character, you'll probably want transmutation. Other important ones would be conjuration for control spells and for mage armor, abjuration for defensive abilities, dispel magic, etc. Divination is really useful, but unless you're playing a true caster build, you don't really need it necessarily. Enchantment has a lot of really strong single target control spells, as well as a couple of good buffs like Heroism. Evocation is all your damage spells, along with some of your walls, and basically anything elemental aside from acid stuff, which is usually conjuration. Illusion has some really good defensive buffs and utility spells. Necromancy has some good offensive spells and control stuff, along with a couple interesting and useful self-buffs. And Transmutation has a little bit of everything. A lot of it's buff spells, but there's also some control, some damage. So I'm going to focus on Transmutation. And as for my familiar, I don't like centipedes, but I do need a will bonus, and the perception bonus doesn't hurt. Well, everything gives the perception bonus, but I kind of need the will save increased because I took a penalty on my wisdom to start. I could take Arcane Bond for the extra spell a day, but I'm not really going to need it. So, for ranks, I only get 4. You need to keep up your knowledge stats and your persuasion stat. I have 1 left, and I guess it goes into athletics. Yeah, you need to keep it up as much as possible. So, the reason it's actually a 4 and not a 9 is because I'm wearing really, really heavy armor. That's gonna get a little better in a minute, because you see, there is a problem. Spellcasters can't wear armor normally. That is going to be an issue very shortly. I should take either combat casting or extend spell, because combat casting is going to make it easier to cast when I'm threatened by someone, which ideally I shouldn't be doing anyway. And Extend Spell is going to allow me to increase the level of a spell by 1 to get better abilities out of it. To double the duration, effectively. The problem is... I can't actually use that one for a few levels. Though I believe I need to be a level 5 wizard and a level 1 fighter before I can take my next prestige class. So combat casting is going to be more useful now, and Extend Spell is going to be more useful later. So I think I'll go with combat casting at this time. Then for my opposition schools, I am choosing Divination and Necromancy. Because I don't need the buffs that Necromancy has. I have a decent constitution, and I'm going to be a melee character, so their biggest buff is False Life. Gives you temporary health. Divination is an annoying school to lose. It's really useful for combating invisibility and stuff, but Conjuration can do that in a kind of roundabout way. For spells, you have to choose at least one transmutation spell. You just have to. But I am going to first pick Burning Hands, because that's going to come up. I am going to take Mage Armor, because this is going to replace my armor, effectively. I am going to take... I should take True Strike, I think? No, I can't. Or rather, I can, it just takes a lot out of me. It's 2 slots to prepare an opposed school spell. Enlarge Person is an interesting spell and a decent one, but it comes with a penalty. Though if I cast that on a Miri, her damage goes way up. Like, you have no idea. So I want to pick spells that are going to have a decent duration. Hurricane Bow is a good spell, but I am not an archer, so I don't need it. Stone Fist is basically useless. If you're going to be attacking unarmed, just take a monk level. It's better. Expeditious Retreat is a good buff. Gives you better mobility. And Reduced Person is good for characters like Lindsay, spellcasters that want to hang back and attack ranged, because it'll give them a +2 range bonus in exchange for slightly less damage. But I think I'm going to diversify a little bit and pick up Grease, because I don't have a control spell. I want to have the option, even though my DC isn't very good. Okay.
No mistakes.
And before I do anything, what does my character have going for him? yeah, the ability bonus doesn't matter for now. It will matter later. Once I hit level 5, it'll be a +2, and that's basically a free belt. Telekinetic Fist is more useful than Acid Splash if I need a ranged attack. I have a belt lamp, so that's not strictly necessary. I need to check my spells, because the next time I sleep, I'm going to prepare spells that I can use. So first, I need Mage Armor in one of those slots, and I would like to have Enlarged Person in my school slot. And then I think I'll take Grease for my third spell. So my plan is to enlarge Amiri, have Mage Armor cast on myself, and cast Grease if the opportunity arises and I can just screw with the enemy. But it is very important to know that if you're going to get into casting, you can't wear armor, and whenever you level up, get new slots, or want to change spells, you need to open your spell book first. And then you've got to choose your spells and put them in your spell slots. And it'll only give you them once you rest for the next day. Next, I'll level up Harem. He's pretty straightforward. He's a cleric, divine caster. I'm going to keep doing cleric levels. Clerics don't really get anything at level 2. I'm going to increase the stuff that he was already good at. And you might be thinking, Linnaeus, that was really fast. Welcome to clerics. They're not very complex. Lindsay, I'm giving her another bard level. I'm going to put points into the stuff she was already good at, so that she keeps getting better with them. And then for her bard talent, what feat does she have already? I actually do need to know
And Lindsay was called forth.
what she took at level 1. Extra performance. Right. Got it. Okay. So, she's a bard. Gonna keep doing a bard. Barding it up. Add to all those skills. Lindsay's kind of set up to be a support character. Skill focus doesn't hurt. Weapon focus is okay if you want her to use a bow, or if you want her to get into melee. I don't suggest that. Canny Observer would be good if I put a rank into Perception, but I didn't, so I'm not gonna. Combat Trick for Point Blank Shot is a good move, because she needs precise shot, which you need to have point blank shot in order to get. For her extra spell, her charisma is pretty good, so her DCs are pretty good. That means I can pick a control spell. Hideous Laughter is really strong, and it's a save that I don't have yet on any of my spells, so I think I'm gonna pick that one. Hideous Laughter, if the enemy fails, they don't get to do anything for 2 rounds. So, they can make a save each turn, but if they keep failing their save, they're gonna die pretty easily. And that's that. Lindsay is also not too complicated, but she is a bard, so it's a little more or less straightforward than clerics. Amiri's a barbarian, gonna keep doing barbarian stuff. This is fine. As for her feats or her rage powers, Swiftfoot is decent, not great, just decent. Animal Fury is really strong. It gives her an extra attack every turn that she stands still. Lesser Beast Totem I don't suggest because the damage is kind of low for her. You can build a character around it. Natural attacks are pretty good, but I don't suggest it for her. Guarded Stance. Stance gives her a +1 to AC. Her AC is kinda low, but not terrible. She's a barbarian though. Lethal Stance, important thing to note, Lethal Stance grants a competence bonus. It will not stack with the Bard's Inspired Courage. So don't take this. Don't do it, unless you plan on leaving Lindsay behind. Reckless Stance gives an untyped bonus, but in exchange for a penalty to AC. It makes her more accurate, more deadly, but also gets her killed faster. I personally suggest Animal Fury. It doesn't deal a ton of damage, but it's an extra attack. And Lindsay's Inspired Courage works on it, so you'll get a little extra damage. And that's that. Everyone is all leveled up and ready to go. Gonna move Touch of Fatigue and Charge off of that bar. I'm gonna put Daze further over. And add Hideous Laughter. So bards are spontaneous casters. That means any spell they have, they can cast at any time, but they have a limited number of spells a day. And they tend to get a limited number of spells a day and a limited number known. She has 3 spells to choose from. I have 5, but I can only cast 3 of them. And I have to choose which ones I want to cast ahead of time. If you don't prepare correctly, you're going to get face rolled. So first off, So Long, Sweet Prince. I am now part wizard, can't wear armor without taking penalties. So now I'm going to stick these braces of armor on. They're not going to give me a bonus when I cast mage armor, because that'll be a higher armor bonus, and they don't stack. But whenever I don't have it, it'll give me a slight bonus to AC, so it's better than nothing. Amiri needs to be carrying at least 1. I'm going to give her a Cure Moderate as well. And I think
Time's not waiting.
I want my character carrying the Potion of Barkskin because my AC is going to be bad and I am going to need it. Yeah, so Bakken is just a he's just some kind of herbalist. He doesn't actually do combat. I think they made him an alchemist in this version, which, for the record, alchemists are really good, but if they're not careful with where they throw their bombs, bombs do not discriminate. They will blow everyone up. Gonna take that stuff.
All according to plan.
I'm actually gonna sell that stuff.
In due time.
Yeah, I want potatoes. That's free food. I'm gonna sell the rest of this stuff I picked up. I'm gonna keep the rope though. I don't know if I can use it or not. Alright, now I've convinced Bakken to help us out.
That is not far.
Now I know that this sludge is the sludge that we need for the ham bush. I don't know why it's not letting me pick it up or set it down or anything. Maybe I need to do that later? I thought I was supposed to set up the stuff.
To the dust you will go.
Gonna cast Mage Armor on myself. Have him cast Bless. Bakken is going to throw his stuff. Oops, she has Hideous Laughter on her bar twice. I don't want that.
A calculated risk.
There are entirely too many bandits around.
Repent.
I'm actually going to cast my second spell. Gonna center it there. Alright.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Whoops.
This will hurt.
Your life ebbs low.
Survive.
Oof.
I always survive.
This is messy.
What a waste. Will be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
Let's try this way.
She should have been raging from the beginning, but I think I messed that up.
Won't. I'll survive. I always survive.
Serves you right.
This should do it.
Lindsay is out of spells. Amiri and Harem are both down.
What a miserable last captain.
This will hurt.
I think I got myself killed.
Let's try this way. This should do it. Ah! Calm down. Not dead yet. A calculated risk. This was not part of the
Oof.
plan.
That was really close. That was really close. That was one attack away from being a victory. I think my grease placement messed it up. It was a great grease, but it ended up causing all of us to fall. We should have gone after the archers first. Oof, how far back am I going? I don't think I remembered to save before the fight. Or after the last one. No, I didn't. Well, that's a mistake. I'll just have to play through this one over. And this time I'm saving my game. And I figured out how to do the tar. Does that say 32? Did that kill 2 people immediately? Oh yeah, I forgot to fix my bar. I forgot to prepare my spells. I told you guys. I warned you. But I didn't listen to myself.
Calm down. Not dead yet. This will hurt. This was not part of the plan.
I'll survive. I always survive.
You know what my problem was this time? I forgot to prepare spells. The one thing I forgot to do. As a result, my character's AC was way too low, and it caused them to die quickly. Which, of course, led to failure. Let's get that spellbook squared away. And now, I'm gonna save over that old one. It is possible that I could have still won that fight. I had a lot of people on my side. Most of them were dead or getting close to dying. Dealt a good amount of damage. Clean your hotbar, Linnaeus. Gonna cast Mage Armor, activate Inspire Courage, activate Bless.
Tear them apart!
That's a reflex save spell. No point in casting it.
This should do it.
Survive. I always survive.
Well, that one went well. If you can see, Amiri is large, like really big.
Goal.
That is in large person. Haps is just a smear on the ground. Good God.
All according to plan.
Patience.
Here I am. See?
I'm using potions because there's not really enough people damaged to use channel.
I know what to do.
Who has the worst saves? 423, 617, 374, 601. She can have the Cloak of Resistance. I mean, I know her saves are going to go up when the spell wears off, but still.
Time's not waiting.
This is fine. Lindsay, we're going upstairs whether you want to or not.
Applause, please.
It is important to save your game before opening things, because there is always a chance that if it requires a check to open, you'll fail and then you won't be able to do anything. Okay, what did I pick up? Bunch of stuff. A ring that does nothing. This is important information. So, will-o-wisps cause fear and deal electricity damage. They are also immune to most spells. Sorry if you didn't know that. Werewolves are really, really, really dangerous, and silver weapons are better against them. And primals, just don't fight them, but use cold iron. Cold iron weapons are good against pretty much any type of fae. And now it's time to rest. Dream sequence. Or nightmare sequence, I guess.
Hear me. Please hear me. Can you hear me? Please. Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself, the bitter sigh of nature. I am a nymph, the guardian of this area, a defeated guardian. Call me the guardian of the bloom, if you wish. Beauty is so tender. It can so easily be crushed under the blows of cruel fate. But you can save it from being undone.
What do you want from me?
Salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the swords of his servants. And not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon even I will vanish, as the last ray of light fades at dusk. Yes, it hides his fortress as well as his dark deeds. But while responsible, he did not create this affliction. It is the work of a powerful druid who has betrayed even himself. I know not why the powers did not leave this renegade, but even I was unable to defeat him.
So, for your information, nymphs are like CR7, which means they're roughly a challenge for level 7 characters. If she can't defeat this druid, that would mean he'd have to be incredibly powerful.
Fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. But my powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thornford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo, catch the whispers, search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy. I don't believe in fate, stranger, but our meeting seems more than a coincidence.
And unfortunately, this dream doesn't do too well for me. I'm gonna end up waking up fatigued. No? Oh, that's odd. Last time I was. Interesting. So the deal with Svetlana is she wants me to go collect a couple of things. First, her wedding ring. Second, to not murder that woman, Cressel, on site. Where's Lindsay from? She was born in Galt. That is basically French Revolution, the country. So her mentor wanted to open a school, but the villagers didn't want him to. The Ark Knights of Avestan. Avestan is the continent that we are currently on. Who are the Ark Knights of Avestan? She's not going to tell me. She ran away from home. A book peddler came across her village. She stuck to her and wouldn't let go until she agreed to apprentice her. He traveled to Brevoy, to Taldor, to Ustalov. Huh. Taldor is east. It's a great empire that is now a shadow of its former glory. And Ustalov is like the horror country. Yeah. The setting's biggest villain, the Whispering Tyrant, made Ustalov his home when he was alive, and then not alive, and then undead. So it's kind of screwed up still. The Academy of Grand Arts is in Pytax. It's a bard school, but Pytax is, as it says, a haven for thieves and smugglers. They gave her a scholarship, then expelled her. She says Shellin's the most important god of them all. All the gods guard the world, but only Shellin calls the world to how it should be. She'd rather buy books than buy new clothes. Tell me about Pytax. What was it like? It's a hive of scum and villainy. And then Iravetti showed up, built the Academy of Grand Arts, and now Pytax is a cabaret. What do you know of the king? He's clever. He pulled off schemes that made people go, huh. Gold flooded into Pytax, and he is very decadent and conceited. Holding grand orgies. Jeez. Oh, I take it he's not a good singer then, huh? Tell me about the Academy. He has no taste at all. He likes his art loud, bright, grandiose, and glorifying himself. Kicked out the best charcoal artist because he didn't want to spend money on scribbles. Sacked a master flute player from Tianxia for playing quietly, and ordered them to open a kettle drum class, and ordered the Academy to expel Lindsay for a limerick. Oof. Tell me about the book you're writing. The whole artistic truth, you know. No glory, no story. Why are you writing it? Eobald the Insightful began his literature course with the question, what is a person? And he said, a person's a storytelling animal. Our world isn't things, all these woods, seas, and cities. It consists of stories, the ones we tell ourselves and each other. Centuries will pass, there will be no me, no you. All of your subjects will be gone. But you and I will live on in their memories and influence their deeds, thanks to the book. So, what kind of character am I? Books, they're all protectors of the weak and poor, but in real life, eh. 2 shakes of a tail and I eased her fears. I'm a true hero, just like the legends. Her new fear is that in 100 years, her readers will say that people like me never existed. I'm a force of nature, wild and unpredictable, full of surprises. Couldn't make up a protagonist like me even if she tried. Thank you, Lindsay. You're good. How do you feel about me reading your work in progress? If you don't like what I write about, I won't change a single letter, so don't even ask. Of course, it's a book about me, but it's her book. Write whatever you wish. I doubt you would defame me, or for that matter, overpraise. Yes. Let me ask about something else. Tell me about your friendship with Tessie the Quill. What's the deal with that ring? It was a gift from her teacher. It's magical. When she gets in trouble, it transports her. So please don't be angry if I disappear from a fight. I'll wait for you. Okay. Of course, I could just write whatever you tell me, but if I wanted to stay cooped up in a dusty room, I'd be sleeping through lectures at the academy.
In due time.
If you're wondering why I didn't talk to the other lady, it's because she doesn't actually have anything to say. She is from the Pathfinder Society. You can buy mercenaries from her, and they will be like customizable characters. Show me your wares. Gonna sell that stuff, get some gold. Let's talk to Bakken. Can I help you in any way? There's a Fangberry cave. This is why I took Burning Hands as a spell, but I'm not gonna go into that cave until I hit level 3, at the least. Moon radishes. Why do you need those? He'll tell me later. Show me your wares. He has a bunch of potions. Potions are pretty easy to find as far as like cure potions go. They kind of have to be. Not all parties are going to have a cleric with them. Acid Fire and Alchemist Flask, you might want to stock up on some of those. However many I have right now is probably not enough. There will be a time when you need area damage and you will not have enough of these. Blur is a strong potion, but it's a pretty low duration for an expensive cost. Inflict light wounds in case you have Jaethal. Remove blindness and remove curse. I suggest just leaving those here and buying them if you need them. Lesser restoration I can prepare in 1 level. A wand of mage armor is not a bad purchase. Then I could just cast that on myself instead of preparing it every day. I might actually buy that. Scratch that, I am gonna buy that.
I am prepared.
I'm gonna prepare Burning Hands instead. So, the deal with mage armor is that characters like wizards and sorcerers can't wear armor,
That is not far.
so they have to cast mage armor instead to get a good bonus. It lasts a long time, an hour a level. But
No mistake.
you can only prepare up to 3 a day. So if you're gonna be preparing mage armor, you may as well buy a wand instead. You can use it 50 times. It's only 750 gold to buy. It's pretty cheap, all things considered.
As it should be.
I want to talk to Amiri. We're just talking. You don't like it? Dunno. Depends on what we're talking about. If it's monsters or swords or scars, that's fine. If you're going to ask questions like why and what for and how, then screw this. Or you got better questions. Tell me about you. I'm a barbarian. I'm strong. Grew up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords, which is far north. She left her tribe, the Six Bears, and she likes fighting. Very simple person. What's it like to be a barbarian in the Six Bears tribe? Our people are big and strong. We can cut a monster in half with one swing. We can walk 3 days and nights with no rest, and we can eat a whole fried oryx. It's like a giant boar. Guess you had to train a lot to become that strong. No one trained me. The boys got the training. All I could do was watch, and you know what? They were still crap after all of it, because I kicked their butts hard. Animals, bandits, monsters, all thought they were stronger than me. Idiots. Because if you start a fight you think you can win, you think you're stronger than your enemy. I defeated them all. See all the scars on my face? So what's that area look like? Huge and freezing, no place for weaklings. Tribes hunt oryx and herds to survive. Oryx are fast, so tribes follow for days, just to not die from hunger. If you're weak, you stay behind and die in the snow. Tribe can't stop. Also, there's giants and mammoths, sometimes demons. Oh, and the mastodons, and saber-toothed tigers. You'd survive, I think, for a few days. Why'd you leave? Because they were assholes. The men were cowards and scoundrels, and the women were scared like sheep. Men think no girl can be a fighter, 'cause they're weak. They're afraid a woman can beat them. And females just nod, go sow hides, cook meat, watch kids, that's what they said. But I'm a warrior, damn it. I won't cook hides and watch meat. I told them so. I went hunting, and what did I get? Still the same. You're a woman, you stay home. Even got a nickname, the Soft Chieftain. Like a warrior woman was a funny joke. Damn, I even went to hunt those frost giants in there. So I left. Cowards, scoundrels, and sissies. You are quite a good fighter. Quite good, huh? Compared to who? If I was a crappy male, I'd fight better. Is that what you say? Or you say I could be better. Like, go get some training, Amiri, right? You're good in a fight. You're excellent. I'm just giving you a compliment. True. I fight good. That's what I do best. So why'd you leave your tribe, and what's the story about the frost giants? They were assholes. I'll tell you about the giants later. Someday. Maybe. It's this formidable sword. You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. Belonged to a real frost giant. She killed it and took it for herself. Fits her perfectly. Let's speak again later. Why don't we do some monster killing instead?
In due time.
We'll talk about it later. Let's talk to Harem. Oh, did I startle you? Sorry. Just contemplating the futility of existence and the worthlessness of the universe. Yeah. I'm going to save my game. We'll call this the end of episode 2. Next time we head out into the world and get started on our quest to defeat the Stag Lord. That's it for this one. I am Lunai Sam signing off. I will see you all next time. Take care.